So this is the Connecticut General Assembly meeting. My name is Tom Phillips. I'm co-coordinator for the state of Connecticut, land and soil jurisdiction. And today is May 27th, 2026. So I'll begin by asking if anyone would like to offer a prayer to set the tone for our meeting. Anyone like to volunteer? Okay, hearing none, I'll go ahead and offer my usual brief. We ask our Creator for the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, for the courage to change the things that we can, and for the wisdom to know the difference. So here is our Connecticut General Assembly meeting preface. Welcome to the Connecticut General Assembly meeting. We are standing on our land and soil jurisdiction nation called Connecticut. We are here to restore our birthright government, a Republican form of government of the people, by the people, and for the people. A government whose primary duty is protecting your individual, unalienable rights, freedoms, and property. You and I are stepping forward to voluntarily serve our fellow Connecticuters in pursuit of this ongoing challenge. We are assembled here to focus our time and effort by studying, sharing, organizing this organic body into a coherent working group with committees, affirming for the greater good of all the people of Connecticut's 8 counties. We thank you for stepping forward as a volunteer reclaimer and restorer. Now we'll proceed with the Bivens Declaration. This meeting is private. Bearing false witness, misrepresentation, and posting inflammatory rhetoric in public forums is forbidden and shall be addressed in an appropriate manner. To eliminate all conflict and false allegations, is there anyone in attendance at today's meeting who is a member or agent of any law enforcement agency or public agency of the federal, state, county, city, or township agencies present? Is there a response to the Bivens decision for the first time? Hearing none, is there a response to the Bivens decision for a second time? And hearing none, is there a response to the Bivens decision for a third time? Anyone who is here under false pretenses, anyone who is working for any foreign government, including the territorial United States or municipal United States, anyone who is being paid or coerced to be here must fully disclose their presence and purpose now or leave the premises. If they subsequently show up as federal witnesses, they are discredited for failure to disclose. And now we'll move on to our county roll call. So as I call off your county, please respond with a here. Anyone from Fairfield County?
Here.
Okay. Anyone from Litchfield County? Hearing none. Anyone from Hartford County? Hearing none. Is anyone from Middlesex County?
Here.
And is there anyone from New London County? Hearing none. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm probably putting you to sleep. Sorry about that. Is there anyone from New Haven County here? is there anyone from Tolland County? And lastly, is there anyone from Windham County? So next we would normally proceed with committee reports, and perhaps we can get a brief overview from Kim about how the recording secretaries are doing. But other than that, we don't really have representatives of the Treasury or any other key committees. Kim, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Nothing much. There's been a few new people coming in, and actually Rick is one of them, and enjoyed talking to him about where he's at in his journey. And I think he's well-spoken, and he's got a handle on this, so that's awesome. And I love that he's here tonight so he can maybe see where he can fit in and help us move forward. Any increment is helpful. But other than that, not much, just trying to attend all the different meetings and trainings and stuff. But yeah, we have a few people coming in, so yay.
Excellent. Thank you. And from an overall perspective, from the coordinators, it appears we're on the brink of a pretty big growth spurt. Could happen when the banking becomes complete. The latest reports are that the Global Family Bank is trading in Africa and soon to be trading in Europe. And according to Anna, we're talking about 2 weeks before that's completed. Anyway, we'll see how that all pans out. Obviously, we won't really know until we know. Other than that, we really have been urged to ramp up our outreach and education. So that's probably where we'll be focusing our efforts. And then in recent business, there is a notice that Anna is urging us all to send out to the Secretary of State. And I believe it's the Treasurer, Scott Bessant, and Marco Rubio. Is everyone familiar with that notice? Should I review that for everyone to refresh their memories?
That was recently made, right? And released?
Correct. I believe it's part of Anna's articles. Let me see if I can find it here. I think I might have it here.
I'm going to put whatever you say there in the chat, Tom, to try to give people a chance to have it if they don't, whatever, if it's helpful.
Right. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and this document. It's called Change of Trusteeship, and I think I can probably pull it up off of the TASA site. Try and find a link for that in a minute. Anyway, it's addressed to the Honorable Marco Rubio and the Honorable Scott Bessant, and it reads as follows.
or
I'm sorry, go ahead, Rebecca.
are you going to read it to us, or can we look it up and follow along with you, or you want to share your screen maybe?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not doing it on the computer that I'm doing the pre-conference call.
Okay.
Just because that computer is so slow, it bogs down if I try and do internet and other stuff on it. But I will try and get the link in, and maybe, Kim, you can look for the link on TASA site. I'm pretty sure it's on TASA. If not, it would be under her article. But I'll just go ahead and read it so you get a sense of what we're talking about. Upon your honor, gentlemen, I, Anna Maria Reisinger, being duly declared and affirming this from without the United States per Code 28 U.S. Code 1746, and under the penalties of perjury and the laws of the United States of America, from without the United States of America, declare to you individually and personally in your capacity as officers having limited delegated powers. I should probably preface this by saying that what she gave us here was her version, and she had a generic version that we would all use. That would we would just fill in the blanks, kind of thing. Anyway, continue. 1. I am a natural-born national of the pre-Civil War state known as Wisconsin, but not a citizen of the United States. 2. I claim my guaranteed exemptions from levies, taxes, and performances imposed on citizens. These same declarations have been lodged with your offices April 4th, 1998, and are subject to disclosure. 4. The municipal person named after me, all caps Anna Maria Reisinger, was surrendered to the U.S. Treasury Secretary 1789 and the U.S. Secretary of Treasury 1789 was named trustee and made responsible for any bills or accounting related to the municipal corporation franchise DBA, all caps, Anna Maria Reisinger. 5. A private indemnity bond was similarly issued to protect me and my states from claims and charges related to the British territorial persons, estates named after me, quote, Anna Maria Reisinger, close quote, and lodged with the Secretary of Treasury, 1789. 6. This serves as notice to both your offices that I have suffered attacks against my separate and original American person, and full remedy, maintenance, and restitution must be provided, including the return of my properties illegally seized upon by municipal state troopers feigning debt. There we go. Clearly, 7. Clearly, any charges related to Anna Maria Reisinger should have been paid by the U.S. Secretary of Treasury 1789. 8. Clearly, any charges related to the British territorial person estate doing business as Anna Maria Reisinger should have been covered by the indemnity bond, number AMR 10001 RA 390-427-640 U.S. 9. Clearly, I, an heir and a Wisconsinite, owed the guarantees of both existing federal constitutions, have suffered disservice, neglect, and aggravated identity theft, as well as illegal takings forbidden under both federal constitutions. 10. Clearly, I have been imposed upon to accept and administer public trusts in states that I never volunteered to create and have been illegally and unlawfully coerced under force of arms to honor unconscionable contracts. 10. I'm calling on both Marco Rubio and Scott Bessant to immediately correct and confirm all records related to, quote, Anna Maria Reisinger, close quote, and to protect my persons and pursue my restitution as an American state national and advise your agents of the same. Upon completion of the above, upon completion of the above, oops, I must have missed. Sorry. Upon completion of the above, to exonerate me from all federal presumptions, court actions, liens, fines, tax sales, etc., brought against the U.S. foreign citizens and United States citizens operating in my name or all caps name. I'm calling upon Marco Rubio and Scott Bessant to further honor their service contracts. Let's see. I'm missing a line. And pursue our actual identity and genuine political status so as to evade their own contractual obligations to us. This fails the good faith service requirement of their respective service contracts. 16. American state nationals are not, quote, sovereign citizens, close quote, which is a mindless oxymoron. American state nationals are instead, quote, foreign sovereigns, close quote, with respect to the administrations that Mr. Rubio and Mr. Bessant work for. Those administrations are under contract to provide enumerated services, including those clearly stated in Article 4 of both remaining federal constitutions, requiring these men and their offices, including Mr. Rubio and Mr. Bessant, to protect and defend our persons, not impersonate us for their own profit. 17. The actual American government, to which I and most other Americans belong, has been in session for 5 years and is not absent or in interregnum during those 5 years. The remaining states of the Union, organized prior to 1860, unanimously voted to enroll the territorial states created under the provisions of the Northwest Ordinance from April 1861 to October 1st, 2020, so that all 50 non-insular states are now fully enrolled and recognized as states of the Union, retroactive to the date that they entered any form of territorial statehood. 18. Read that there are no longer presumed to be 57 territorial states. There are 50 intact states of the Union represented by qualified and properly providenced and declared state citizens. These states, which are instrumentalities of the free, sovereign, and independent Union states, have provided international and public notice of these facts for over 5 years. 19. All federal officers and departments and agencies owe me and the other remaining state nationals full cooperation and good faith service, which has not been forthcoming and which has not been universally applied. The corrections required in my individual case and accounts also apply across the board to all other state nationals who have been similarly misidentified as foreign persons and subjected to foreign forms of law in their own countries. 20. Upon completion of the correction of my identification records and balancing of my accounts and exoneration of all court actions, restitution of my property, so that no further claims of indebtedness remain, those assets held under my all caps name are to be transferred from the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, 1789, trusteeship to my direct ownership, and the ownership of our unincorporated government, the United States of America, 1777, and are otherwise to be held harmless. And then it's so said, signed and sealed on this 23rd day of April by my voice, by my hand, under my seal. And she identifies the valley she's in, which is the Matanuska Susitna Valley. Use a street address or a town. She uses a geographical location. Today, the 23rd day of April, again, she has a notary signature witnessing it as well. Anyway, so that's pretty straightforward. Thank you for pulling that up, Kim. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I have one quick question.
Sure. Go ahead.
So at the very end here, when she signed her name, because I'm trying to, or not signed, autographed her name, I noticed she used caps. Now, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be doing lowercase throughout the whole name, or if we're using capital letters in the first letter when we autograph our names on these forms and stuff.
Well, I'm not all that familiar with why she's using caps, but one good reason would be if she was representing her lawful person. She's using upper lower case in the autograph. And the red ink thumbprint indicates the land soil jurisdiction. Looks like she used blue ink for her autograph, but it's not all caps. Anyway, hopefully that helps.
I've been trying to share it. I have it on my desktop, but I can't seem to share it. I'm sorry. On the screen. But I'm looking at it.
That help a little bit, Richard?
Yes.
Okay, good. Anyway, so she was urging us all to send this out, and I'll make sure that it gets emailed out, the generic form. Just trying to think where I saw that now. Pretty sure I saw it on a coordinator call on Sunday, and I probably have a mega link to the copies. But I don't want to bore everyone with while I try and hunt that down. I'll do that later and send it out in an email. We have Richard's email, Kim. I can add to my list.
Oh yes, sure. I'll email it to you.
Okay. And anyone else you think?
Is that easier? I'm sorry. Which would you prefer?
Well, if you have other people who should be added to the current email list, I could go ahead and send that in an email, and I'll just do that, add to contacts, etc.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, I do have a list for you. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you. I should copy you when I send it to Anita.
Yeah, CTing would be great.
Okay. But yeah, I'll get it to you. Thanks.
Thank you. So let's see. What else should we be bringing up? There's so much to... Sorry, go ahead,
if
please.
I may, is it appropriate to share a little bit of Rick's question?
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If he's... Assuming he likes that format.
Because I'm wondering, the indemnity bond that she mentioned in the new notice is everyone's, correct? That's the one she did for everyone. too
Correct.
happy.
And what's the use that he wants to put it to?
Yeah, take it away, Rick.
So my question is, I have a newborn on the way, due in July, and we plan to do like a home birth and all that, and we plan to weary away from the social security card and birth certificate. So I'm curious of correct documentation for birth, and for insurance reasons as well, because I know a lot of insurance companies like to ask for social security. So I'm curious what's the way around that.
Well, probably not something that I'm super well versed at, but you certainly could do a passport with the copper moonshine stills method. Now, there is some reporting that that the current, just recently updated copper moonshine stills method may not be around for all that long, as that whole system is changing. But that would be certainly one way, a very easy way, to have a number, a passport number that serves all the functions that employers are required to, when someone's being married. Now, that doesn't guarantee that the employer will accept that, but it's supposed to be what they're supposed to accept. So, in theory, that should work. And then as far as insurance goes, the indemnity bond is supposed to be for all us to use. Where it's been a little confusing is whether or not it's recognized when it actually comes to push to shove, and some federal agency or some de facto arm actually wants some money. So I know that's not a full and completely satisfactory answer for you, but it could very well be that by the time your newborn is confronting any of all this stuff, it'll be in the rearview mirror. At least that's our current hope and expectation. Of course, I've been doing this now since 2020. I didn't correct my status until 2022, but I'm quite conscious of how this whole time frame has seemed to elongate. So I'm reluctant to say, oh yeah, it's going to be tomorrow. But so many encouraging pieces of the puzzle have fallen into place, and we are currently able, with our Global Family Group accounts, to actually exchange American Federation dollars with each other. We can, through the Global Family Group vendor site, we have access to vendors. I haven't done that recently, but I did do that with one of our vendors here in Connecticut, Eleanor of Bay Designs. And so the pieces are falling into place, and I think it's not overly optimistic to think that things are going to happen shortly. So hopefully it helps, Richard, but we can certainly try and get you narrowed in on the details more of what's currently working, and you can do your own research and see where you stand on all of that.
Thank you.
Sure. Have you done a Global Family account?
I'm waiting for my paperwork to get back to me because I submitted it like 3 weeks ago now. So I'm still in the process of correcting my status fully.
And you sent that to Global, or you did it through Kim?
Kim showed me like how to submit all my stuff, so I'm just kind of waiting on that process first, and
Right.
then I'm gonna proceed with everything else after that.
Cool. So you did it through the LRO.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Well,
If I may,
please.
I have in the chat the path to the indemnity bond and some, stuff that you should read about what she's written about it, so that you can kind of grasp what the intention is there and read it. That's through the TASA website. Then I put Global in there. I wasn't sure. So it sounds like you're on your way with Global. But I put that in there in the chat in case anybody needed that link. Did you decide, so yeah, I know it's muddy waters. How do you live in one realm and go to another with insurance and such? But I know that there's a man on South Carolina that did this. He, it's great that you're going to the hospital to birth a child. That's amazing. So everything should go smoothly, and you got your Bible. You're going to write it in there. You have your baby deeds. Did you do the baby deeds? I can't remember. Yeah.
I have them on everything downloaded on my computer, ready to start filling out. I was gonna contact you about some of the paperwork to make sure I'm gonna do it correctly, and just kind of make sure I'm doing it.
It's
hard,
fairly straightforward, and yeah, that's fine. And then you'll send that, like you did with yours, you'll send that to the Secretary of State.
Okay.
And then that record is private, but I can put it on your LRO as a digital file if you want, but it won't be public. Any other questions? Rick, did you want to share anything about your, we were talking about where you might like to plug in your energy. Mm-hmm. Outreach seemed to be something that you were passionate about on some level, and it's 8:12. Maybe you could just take 5 minutes to say or whatever you want to say or ask.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with some ideas that have been sprouting in my mind. I do notice on social media there's a lot of younger crowd that are waking up to what the world is, but not fully to the scam of incorporated United States. Especially Connecticut, I know we're a very small community, and some ideas are maybe we can try and get our packets of resources together that really spell things out perfectly for people if they wanted to read it. Because I know there's a lot of fluff when it comes to all this information, and I know, regrettably today, people like the answer really fast. So I was thinking of maybe trying to make packets, pamphlets, set up kind of like Charlie Kirk style of maybe go to universities or law universities and just try and spread the word a little bit more and be able to have stuff to hand out to people, whether that be small flags or, like I said, pamphlets and stuff like that. Because my concerns is that since we're on the smaller side, there's a lot more enemies against us, and especially with technology that's being put up. We already know 5G, 4G is already all up. 6G is on its way because of Trump's executive order. We have flock cameras popping up all over the place, and they're starting to press the foot down. So I think it's kind of time to try and spread the word and get out more and meet people and bring human-to-human contact again, because I feel like our world lacks that. That's basically, I'll stop there for like some ideas if anyone wanted to like have any input.
Anyone have any comments? So we have a fair amount of outreach stuff already. I'll hold up this one thing. Hopefully we can all see it here reasonably well. This is what we call a trifold. And pretty well put together, a lot of good information. This is modeled after something that was done in Ohio. Here's what it looks like on the outside.
I can't see it. Can you see it, guys?
No, I can't see his camera.
Too hard to put, okay.
I don't see that your camera's on, Tom.
Aha. It's showing my camera on, but evidently it's not showing it to you guys. Anyway, so we do have a number of outreach things, and part of my plan is I will be fully retired from Yale as of this coming Friday, was to spend some time going to, as you say, Charlie Kirk style. I mean, it may not be that glamorous.
Yeah, it was just an example.
But I was thinking of, maybe in your town, going to the local library, reserving a room for an hour or two and getting some people invited and coming over and doing a small presentation and questions and answers, and having some material there to hand out, cards and to like. But yeah, get a traveling road show going here. So I'm all in with that.
I got a question.
Please go ahead.
It has nothing to do with what we were just talking about. But on my LRO, when I did my LRO, I forgot the young lady's name that did my paperwork. There was the secretary. Was it secretary before? I forget her name.
Oh,
but anyway.
Isabel?
What was it? Isabel, yes, Isabel. And so when I did it, she claimed that I was a federal employee, which I'm not. So on my LRO, it has me as like a dual citizen, that I have, because I'm a federal person. So I did the other document, but she said when I retire, then I can switch over that document for the document that is currently there. But when I went through the process of removing my taxes, I discovered that none of my money comes from any federal or state. It comes from tax dollars, from city tax dollars. So I'm like, I was wondering if I could get that form removed and put the right one in.
Yeah, you could do that. We can paper over it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was possible or not, because for some reason she felt that I was a federal employee because I worked for the city of Norwalk, but it's not. None of the funds come from any type of state or federal dollars.
All right. So your declaration of 1779, probably she used the federal employee form, and then she clicked it on your LRO profile. So yeah, we can paper over with the American, and whatever document that is that shows that how you're paid, just we need a copy.
Say again? I didn't hear you. You're breaking up.
I'm sorry. If you can hear me now.
I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, whatever document you have that is saying
I'll send it
that,
to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Perfect. We just need a copy of
Alrighty.
that and
Thank
the
you.
new declaration, and we'll put it up.
Thank you. I yield.
Thinking through, I'm making a note to provide a copy of the bifold that we're using in the link tree.
Okay.
On the newsletter, so that it's on Mega Drive too, right, Tom? Because anybody should be able to go and print it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. New newsletters coming up, so yeah, I'll try to get that done.
Excellent. Thank you. So I don't think there's anything else pressing at the moment. Does anyone else have any new business they'd like to bring forward?
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, John. John said, so sorry, been busy packing up for my move on Friday. Lost track of time, just sat down. Been running since 8:30 this morning. That's okay. Dang it. What was I going to say? What to ask? Rick, based on what you said, thank you for your energy and help. Would you consider leading the outreach committee, such as it is? And we would benefit from you, saying, okay, I threw this packet together. There's some information I pulled from you, your trifold, and, we have a business card and all that. And then we can implement plans like Tom was saying, we can make our tour date or something. We can just put something together on paper with your help and just help us organize and move forward. Can you do that for us?
Yeah, I can. Just whatever like the role, like duties are and stuff like that. I would like to kind of like read up on it and see like what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't mind helping out and doing what I can to help spread the word, and because I like to work on mini projects of putting information together. I've been doing this been studying about the world since 2017, but I haven't been like putting documentation together until like about last year, until I started discovering about the Bible and stuff like that, how there's layers to language and layers to all of that. So I wouldn't mind putting stuff together now and making things more clear for everyone.
Well, any help offer would be greatly and deeply appreciated. And of course, you won't be alone. The people helping you out as well. So we'll take that as a tentative yes for now, and see how things work out. I mean,
I don't know if we have an outline. Tom, do you think, I can't think of a specific outline for outreach that we've had in place, but it's more like a committee.
In how to build an assembly, I'm sure there's plenty of detail about what an outreach committee would look like and what would be the responsibilities of an outreach committee chair. So how to build an assembly would be the place to go. Can probably get that the updated version off of TASA now.
I think that is in the link tree.
Should be in the link tree. Yep. Should be in the link tree.
I think it's there. I will put that there if it's not.
I think you're right. I think it is there. Anyway, we do have a lot of resources because of a lot of very creative and well-researched folks around the country have been working on this for some time now. And they've been generous to share the many accomplishments that they've put forth. So we have a wealth of stuff through TASA and through the Mega Drive to tap into. And oftentimes it's just even overwhelming, the amount of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I have a couple of good ideas, and I'll try and email those things to you so you'll have maybe a starting point.
When I get
and
you
then,
the
of
email.
course, and then, of course, it's just once you jump in and get your feet wet, you start to realize, some of what works and what doesn't work, and each situation is fairly unique, but what it boils down to is when you're trying to teach someone else something, you are forced to know that thing way better and in more detail than you thought. And so it's a great way to learn. Try to teach someone else something, and you'll find out right away, oh, I didn't really figure that part out, did I? Or well, what about this question? What about that question? So it's a great way to learn.
I'd like to add really quick.
Sure, please. Go ahead.
Another way we can try and get the word out too is maybe we can discuss this obviously another time, but we can try and do social media for like Connecticut specifically, and maybe try and get the younger generation because they see it on there. Because I know a lot of people don't leave their homes anymore, especially younger crowds. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Hey, an idea, guys. As a reminder, I'm going to pull it up. I wish I could share my screen, but I'm just going to go to our events page on ConnecticutStateNationals.org, and I'm going to announce the next date for our outreach meeting. Perhaps whoever's interested can join us. All right, so let me go on here. Today's the 27th, so it will be in June. Outreach meeting, it would be June 18th, Thursday night at 7:30. Maybe I can do a little thing in the chat. So that way we have a specific next step for our outreach stuff.
Yep.
And I yield. It'll be here in the chat. Hope that helps.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's excellent. So does anyone else have any new business they'd like to bring forward? Any burning questions or topics they'd like to talk about?
I'm all set.
Rebecca, you've been awfully quiet. Anything from you?
Is my speaker on?
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I think then I will ask for a motion to end the meeting.
Okay, I do have a question.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead.
So I went to my global family account.
Loving all that fast.
Mm.
And there was, another increase in the balance, which sounds nice. And I see I have a prosperity card there with a QFS code, not QFS, but a
QR code, yeah.
QR code, right. So you said that you got one of those too, Tom, and you actually used it for something?
Yeah, what I was referencing was this was perhaps as much as a month ago now. In a conversation with Eleanor, we were able to transfer. I transferred to her one AFD, and she transferred back to me one AFD through that system. Now, I didn't purchase anything from any vendor, so perhaps it's not, this is not evidence of the sea change that we're hoping for, but it is evidence that things are advancing and getting closer and closer to the point where all that will happen. And I had not noticed the QR code. Thank you for pointing that out. But I do have a prosperity card on my account as well. And perhaps now we can go to our vendors and, armed with that QR code, actually start making purchases from other American state nationals, which would be a very cool thing to start doing. So I encourage you all to take a look and
only use it with other ASNs.
We don't have to only use it with our ASNs, but
well, I guess my question is, who is going to accept this?
Well, when you transfer an AFD, when you make a purchase from a vendor, the vendor gets to choose in what form they would like to have their currency. So it's going to come out of your account as an AFD, but it's going to go into their account according to which currency they choose. It could be a South African gold Krugerrand. It could be a, Federal Reserve note. It could be a euro. It will be an open option for them to choose.
And so options pop up when they go to accept your code, your QR code, right?
Well, I'm assuming it will happen early on in the transaction. However, I have not actually done this myself. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a tutorial? I've gotten a lot of emails from Global Family Bank, and frankly, I haven't listened to them because it's just a lot of fluffy talk sometimes. And so has there a tutorial on how to use this come out? Or I guess probably at least it's forthcoming?
I'm not aware of one yet, but that doesn't mean there isn't one out there. And as I understand it, Hunter is scheduled to come back on to the Monday night webinar and answer questions.
Oh, is that just coming Monday, you think, or it's not been announced? No date has been announced?
The date has not been announced, but Anna mentioned it as something that was going to happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
If I may.
Please.
I saw Josh Pelletier, and I can't remember where, it was a good month ago at least.
Is this the Josh that Isabel had issues with? Josh?
Well, I don't know about that, but I know Josh was part of some videos and some controversy on that platform that now I can't remember where it was that I was so upset it closed.
Mattermost.
Anyway, he's involved with Hunter Key very closely in this whole bank thing. So he said that he was on a question and answer with Hunter. I can't remember the show. And he said that there are no tutorials up yet, but as things become more online and more pieces are in place, then there will be tutorials for us to use. They're not going to do that when there's still things that we can't use yet. So that's what he said about that. So I think things will become a little clearer, but he did show us around a little bit in that video. He showed us around the website and how to use what's there, how to see what's there. And like Tom said, you can do certain things between us inside that system, but it will open up. So more to come.
My questions are, what everybody wants to know is, can we really use this balance in our account for everyday stuff in the existing system? And will people recognize it?
Well, according to most recent information from Anna, they're very close to having several banks sign on. These are commercial banks that would provide the avenue for that to happen. And I should preface what we're talking about here. So Global Family offers a System 1 and a System 2. Hopefully I don't get the two of them confused. But System 1 is the safety vault, is the management of your American Federation dollars and the reparations that have come to you. System 2 is the prosperity account, in which you have prepaid credit. Okay? And so the two are separate and distinct. And for the vast majority of things that you and I do every day, paying our utility bills, insurance, blah, 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 et cetera, the prosperity account should fill the bill for that. It should do all that stuff for you. When it comes to the things that you want to do, maybe fix up your house, maybe get a new car, that's where you might tap into your AFDs. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The big purchases would be...
Well, probably big purchases, but, the things that you've been holding off on and that aren't part of a normal de facto business. I probably haven't stated that correctly. They're not the bill doesn't come to you in an all caps name, would be the best way to put it. When the bill comes to you in an all caps name, it's indicative they are charging this usufruct that they have created, and they're hoping that you won't recognize that and you'll pay them. Because they've already collected money. Now they want to collect more money from you. That help at all, Rebecca?
Yeah, a little bit. Thank you.
Anyway, we have reached the 8:38 mark. We did start a little bit late. But we have covered an hour and done pretty well. And thank you, Richard, for potentially becoming our new outreach committee chair. Does anyone have anything else that they would like to bring forward before we close out the meeting? Hearing none, I'll ask if anyone has a motion to end the meeting.
I do. I motion.
Any second?
Yes, I motion.
Excellent. So we'll go ahead and stop the recording.